What is the difference between goodness and badness in the world? After reading some right words from Job, um, Job was deliberately left to suffer by God to help us understand that to be a hero sometimes is the right thing. When people are giving you philosophical arguments for standing up for money instead of standing up for God, because it feels better to stand up in that only in that situation. It feels better to stand up for money than for God when you are sick, unwell. But Job shows that throughout the story that he was always better off what he did, which is to stand up for God, even though he looked silly. Because at the end, he got more uh, respect, more honor than everybody else. At the end, and he started with honor, and then in the book he loses his honor, and in the end he gets more honor than everybody else. So what's the difference between good and bad in the world? I also found in one of the final Psalms, short Psalms at the end of the book of Psalms, that there are simply good things and bad things in the world. And if we focus on good things, we'll know what good things in the world are. And if we focus on bad things, we will focus on bad bad things in our lives as well. So focus on good things in the world, and then we'll have good things in our lives as well. And those are hard to find. And when you do have good things, um, they're easy to lose. They're sort of something that seems unimportant, very lightweight, but they're not. They're um, far more heavyweight than any bad thing. And it's a trick of the devil to make you think that the bad things are heavyweight and the good things are lightweight. The good things are much more difficult to get, so they are, by definition, more heavyweight, you could say, as a metaphor, heavyweight. So, as you can see, these things become a metaphor. That means they become a spiritual thing that is in the realms of God's world, what we call the heavenly realms. So keep seeking the good things in the world, and the bad things keep fighting, the evil. So, and stand, sing for good, praise God, sing songs for God, for goodness, or fight. We say fight for good and fight against bad. And sometimes we just have to sing a song for God to be able to uh, not judge people's wrong behavior and yet live for good. And it's the only way, is to sing a song, is the only way sometimes. So we must do that if we're going to cope and carry on, um, and with bringing good things, living a good life. And so that's the difference between good and bad in the world. And the example in the Psalms is dew on the grass on a mountain called Mount Hermon. So it's a famous in the poem of the Psalms, and their songs, poems to be sang as beautifully. So dew on Mount Hermon is said to be always good. And those of us who seek the good things in the world, not the bad things, we will keep finding more good, and we will win, like Job did in the end. So it's a long marathon run, like running a marathon would be. Not that I ever have. but our life should be to run that marathon. And oh yeah, so it says that God will bless us with a creative mind, spirit, heart, to build our, create things to build our lives better, to build this world to a more eco place, more environmentally less polluted, more environmentally friendly way, with more green and less grey.